While more and more other adults are getting divorced, some are finding love again. Today we're meeting a couple in the 90s that only got married last year and another in the 70s that only tied the knot almost 20 years together. What made them formalize their relationships? Let's find out.
要到下个礼拜，不要忘记，祝你超生。
Arms linked, this recently married couple, 92-year-old Mr. Zhao and 91-year-old Ms. Yu, take a walk and plan their date next week.
他怕我跌倒，我也怕。我们年纪大了，就珍惜这一段短短的那个缘分。
They met at Hsinchu Veterans Home in 2021 and married in March 2024.
是我问他，我们结婚好不好？
很好，非常好。就是没有当面讲的时候要求婚，只在我内心来讲，我已经有他。
Mr. Zhao became a resident at Hsinchu Veterans Home in 2021. His designated seat at the dining hall is right across from Ms. Yu. Their relationship blossomed over the 3 years they've shared a table.
于奶奶她比较活泼一点。
Miss Yu is more gregarious. She asks lots of questions. They became friends later after they've gotten to know each other and participated in many activities at the Veterans Home together.
Mr. Zhao came to Taiwan from Shanghai when he was only 16 years old. He said he's had 4 relationships but never got married. Ms. Yu, on the other hand, became widowed at a relatively young age. Both of them have been single for many years. Although Ms. Yu's children are supportive of her relationship, the couple still worried what others might think when they were still dating.
那个已经不敢走前走了。
结婚了以后，
对，
就是吃饱饭了，出来绕一绕，再走一走，这样散散步。
尤其我们年纪又大了，人家说你们高龄还要这个样子，好像破坏这种社会的环境，我们不能这样子做。
因为通常
Usually for the elders, if their spouse has passed away, they may think it's enough to just be together and that there's no need to get married. But their previous marriage has been nullified. I think it's better for them to give their new partner legal status.
With the pastor's encouragement, Ms. Yu decided to propose to Mr. Zhao. In the summer of 2024, the 7-decade-old Hsinchu Veterans Home held its very first marriage ceremony. The groom wore a gray suit, while the bride wore a pink lace dress and a white veil. They took vows before the pastor and promised to take care of each other for the rest of their lives.
你以前有看奶奶穿得这么漂亮过吗？
没有，就是，所以我讲了，她是我心目中的女王。
Mr. Zhao looks at the photo taken at their ceremony fondly.
还有说要结婚，我就是拒绝，我说不卫生啊。
他可能嫌我这个贪得无厌。
As life expectancies rise amid medical advancements, there is a growing pool of single older adults. Some may have lost their spouses like Ms. Yu, while others may have been single all their life. Where can they find love again? A well-known matchmaking company in Taipei noticed as early as 10 years ago that single adults beyond middle age are still interested in a relationship. The company has held many events for singles above the age of 50.
It's been 9 years since my husband passed away from colon cancer. I later found out it's possible to find a new partner here, so I came here to see how things may go.
My main goal is to make new friends and connections.
When applications opened, I got more than 400 phone calls. The eldest person was 81 years old. On the day of the event, he even suited up and drove here all the way from Ilan early in the morning.
Juno Chu, the owner of the matchmaking company, said loneliness is the reason people join the events, whether they're long-term singles or widowed at middle age.
第一句话都讲说朱诺姐，我们真的很孤单。
Every participant tells me they're really lonely. Their children may visit for a meal, but that's it. By the sun sets, they'd feel really down because there was no one to talk to. Actually, many chronic diseases are caused by feeling low. So the guy I just told you about, he had 4 chronic diseases. But after a few months with us, he told me he no longer had to take any medication because he felt so happy.
Chu believes dating at an advanced age has many benefits. Not only does it make people happier and healthier, older dates make for better partners thanks to their lived experiences.
如果在这个长辈到一个熟龄之后啊。
When the elders reach a certain age, their in-laws may no longer be here and the children are all grown up. So I think it's the best time of one's life. Because one would have accumulated lots of life experiences, and I think that removes many barriers.
That may be true on an individual level, but what about their children? Getting married again with adult children may lead to inheritance disputes in the future, which is not to be taken lightly.
这个10年了吧？不是不止哦。2014啊，2014哦。今年24嘛。
Writer Gao Ailun is a respected figure in the media industry who spearheaded several news outlets in her career. She ended her first marriage at the age of 40. Little did she expect to fall in love again at 56 when she met her now husband, Wu Dingnan, a retired military officer 3 years her senior. That was 17 years ago. They've only gotten married recently in their 70s. Before, they've never even considered it.
我们在一起这么多年哈，本来这个登不登记只是一个手续了，对我们来讲。
We've been together for so many years. At this point, it's just a formality that's really not so important for us. But being together for so long, I noticed how she's always giving to people around her. But it seems like she's not so concerned about protecting herself. So I thought it'd be better to formalize our relationship.
Gao and Wu got married to become each other's legal inheritor, adding a greater sense of security to the relationship. People at their age may have amassed a certain level of wealth. How they plan to allocate their estate becomes a challenge to the relationship.
父母亲可能就预做安排，把他身上
A parent would take care of these things and try to give as much to their children as early as possible to make the children feel secure. But then that causes the partner to feel that they're not trusted. It's inevitable that the partner feels threatened when you prioritize your own children. That's why I think it's best when both partners are equals financially speaking.
Issues involving money seem unspeakable in a relationship. With the rise of fraud and romance scams, news stories of victims abound. Many single older adults are thus less willing to let down their guards. According to statistics, there were more than 1,300 cases of romance scams in 2024 alone. Many victims were older singles.
这男生打电话来跟我讲说。
There's a guy who called me and said that a woman told him she's giving him 1 day to decide whether to get a marriage registration. Otherwise, she's no longer going to speak to him. I was on the phone with him for more than 2 hours. I told him not to rush marriage. Yes, young people are often impulsive, but so are older adults. It's honestly astonishing how impulsive they can be sometimes, and we have to remind them to slow down.
Chu urges unmarried couples to really get to know their partners before tying the knot. She says it's okay to believe in love at first sight, but do have a good idea of each other's personal finance and health. Really knowing each other is a key to a happy and lasting union. We're entering Mr. Zhao and Ms. Yu's new home. Decorations from the day of their marriage adorn the walls. It may not be a grand place, but it surely is well kept and cozy.
就是扫地啊，拖地啦，整理啊，都他在做。早上衣服啊，他一大早起床就把衣服拿去洗，都他在做。 他讲的做。
The couple admits that it takes some time to get used to sharing a place after they've been on their own for so long. But they say even though they argue at times, they always reconcile the next day.
我觉得一天过一天蛮好过的，
很甜蜜，因为在我过往没有这种生活，所以对我来讲，激动我能，也可以说，能他给我这个机会对他，使他成为我的太太。
The couple's story gives us a glimpse into old age as Taiwan's population becomes even more aged. It shows us that single adults may not necessarily end up alone later in life. Love is possible at any stage of life.